Good morning and welcome back to my channel, Stitches with Love. My name is Elizabeth, and this is my little corner of the world where I share all about my knitting adventures on and off the needles. Today I have a few things to share with you, and I am very excited because I have a new project and I'm making progress on a couple of other projects, and that just brings so much joy to my life. So if you would like to see what I'm working on today, grab a project if you have anything on the needles, a cup of something to sip on, and let's get started. All right, so room temperature coffee, delightful. Today has been kind of actually really a very rainy, cool spring morning here in Oregon, but I love it. So the first thing I want to talk about is a project that I actually started back in, I think, December, but I might have started it in November. I don't remember. Sometime last year. I started working on these socks. You might remember them from a previous video if you've been watching for a while. I was doing them two at a time, but since I've decided I don't particularly care for that method right now, I separated them like I did the previous pair, and I'm finishing them individually. So in order to maintain the same tension and sizing of the sock, I'm going to keep them on the circular needle, and then I'm holding them on the same brand, just double pointed for the other sock. And then when I'm done with the first one, I will transfer the stitches back onto the circular and finish them that way. So these do have a recipient in mind. I don't know if this person watches any of my YouTube videos. If not, that is fine. It certainly will not offend me. But if they do, I don't want to spoil the surprise and tell you who they are for. So, until I finish, this is a surprise. Everything is kind of tangled up right now. I am almost done with the first sock. I really love how these are working up. The yarn is called Feeling Grinchy. It's somewhere off of Etsy. I don't remember right now who it's from, but I really love it. So I'm almost to the toe on this one. Very pleased with how I'm working that up. Maybe I'll get the pair done, or at least one of them done by the end of the week, but who knows? Okay, that's a mess. I will finish this later, get that sorted out. Next, I have the April socks of the month. I finished the first one. Very pleased with how it turned out. And then I cast on for the second one. So I am working on that right now. I think actually I'm going to just finish this round. I only have a few stitches left anyway, but I have this much of the cuff on the second April sock of the month, and I actually only have a few rows left. And then I can start the leg of the sock pattern. Really love this yarn. This is the April Yarnable colorway of the month. I don't know if they are currently open for new subscribers, but if you just Google Yarnable subscription or go to their website, Hypnotic Yarn, even if they're not open right now, you can put yourself on their email list and they will email when they are open for new subscribers. And then in the meantime, you can do what I did, and you can still purchase yarn and boxes from their previous months. And always check their imperfectly perfect yarn section too, because that's a great way to try their yarn at a discounted rate. So that's that. My little plug for yarnable.com or hypnoticyarns.com. Anyway, the Yarnable subscription is great. I really love it. I have found that for me, it's the most affordable way to have some kind of fiber subscription. And it's very customizable. They have several different ways you can do it. And I highly recommend it. I have one new project that I'm really quite pleased with right now. I haven't done any work on it for a few days, but I have started another granny stripe shawl. This is the pattern by Mawan. She is a designer in Israel. She has beautiful patterns, does beautiful work. And I'm doing this as part of a crochet along with another fiber artist. Her name is Amber. You can find her on YouTube. What is her handle? If you search a lovely yarn, and then you can find the crochet along here, and also on Ravelry. So this is the granny stripe shawl. I really love it. And just using scraps from my stash, not really thinking too much about what colors, but very pleased with how it's looking. It's a pretty quick project, and it's a great way to use up leftovers and scraps and just kind of clear out some of the extras you might have lying around in your stash. And last but not least, I have another project. I have not yet cast this one on, but I will be in the next couple of days making some starting progress on it. So if you might remember, in my previous video, I talked about my March socks of the month. Those have been gifted, and I have been commissioned to do another pair. And so I'm going to make those in this colorway. So this is the color Iced Latte. This is the Yarnable subscription color for April. Not my favorite, but it will be fine as a coordinating color. This will be the main colorway. Let me fix my ring. This is by Luca S. Woolen Walk. It's a really lovely sock weight wool blend. And it's very similar to a Croy sock yarn, and around the same price and yardage. Originally, I was going to use this to make myself some fingerless mittens, but the requested color for these socks was specifically oceany, beachy, coastal-y colors. And I think this fits the bill really nicely. And it's really the only thing I have on hand right now that I could think to make the socks that this person wants. So I'll be casting those on. Probably, I'm thinking this will be used for heels and toes rather than doing a contrasting cuff color, but I haven't really decided yet. Probably just vanilla socks because I know those will go a lot more quickly. And I would really like to get this project done. So I don't think this pattern is going to be anything fancy, although I think it might look kind of pretty in the vanilla bean sock pattern. We'll see. I don't know. They will be done on circular needles because that's a very quick way for me to get socks done. And I'm also out of the double pointed needle size they're all in use. So just going to work with what I have. I think that is all I have to share today. I've got a few more hours before I need to go to work. And so I'm just going to have kind of a quiet day. I have a few dishes I should probably wash, and probably should put a little bit of laundry away. We got a new dryer. I don't think I ever mentioned in any of my previous videos that our dryer kind of kicked the bucket. It's usable, technically, but either needs repair or needs to be scrapped because it was having an issue with overheating. And it came with the house, which was great. We were so grateful we did not have to buy any appliances right away when we moved in. But we suspect that maybe the dryer just wasn't really worth replacing, or wasn't worth fixing. And so through a series of events, we were given a dryer for free, a really nice one. It works great. It was quite an adventure getting it home and then getting it hooked up. And then it was making this really weird noise, which I think is just the door not shutting quite all the way. And then I need to swap the door anyway, because the way that our laundry room is set up, you have the dryer on one side, but then the door opens out and you can't get to it easily from where the washing machine is. So I'm just going to swap the door. It's a really easy thing to do. So right now, technically, yes, I have a dryer and yes, it works. But because the door doesn't quite close all the way, it's really loud and obnoxious. And I think it might be affecting some of the dry time too. I don't know. It's a beautiful dryer. It's one of those really fancy ones where it's all based on sensors, and I don't know how it works. I just know that it does, and I'm so grateful. So that's been our big exciting news this week is we got rid of the old dryer and we have a new one, and I'm very grateful. So the laundry is starting to go down now. It's not quite so piled up. I think that's all I've got to share. I'm not going to do what am I reading today because I'm not really reading anything right now. I've got a couple audiobooks I'm listening to. A whole stack of regular books that I brought home from the library that may or may not actually get read. I think that's it. I'm going to go finish my room temperature coffee, work on some knitting, and have a little quiet time before I go out and start the rest of my day. Until next time, happy knitting. Enjoy your drink, whatever it is today, coffee, tea, whatever you got, and God bless.